These volunteers are working around the clock to send oxygen devices to India. On Saturday, this charity in Slough sent 200 to Delhi and say the pleas for help just keep on coming.
We're getting calls, messages, texts, in all possible social media, you name it, inboxes. And the same thing, please help. We need oxygen. My grandma's really ill, my granddad's really ill. So-and-so of my family members are unwell. Then they even give their addresses, their phone numbers. It's like real calls of desperation.
In Delhi, lockdown has now been extended by a week to try and contain the wave of infections. The British government has promised to send more oxygen to India, along with another 1,000 ventilators. The charities on the ground say the aid isn't coming quick enough.
There are literally people dying on the streets, in their cars, in the car park, waiting at the hospital lobby for getting admitted. So that's what is happening. So it is now, right away. Whatever help is going to come, must come now.
India has now opened its vaccination campaign to anyone over 18, but supplies are low. Many elderly people have still not been vaccinated, and there are fears they will now have to compete for vaccines with the rest of the population. Layla Hayes, 5 News.
The election for the Welsh Parliament, the Senedd, takes place on Thursday. More people than ever are getting to have their say. For the first time, 16 and 17-year-olds can vote. And as Vincent McAviney reports, there are many issues at the front of voters' minds.
The Welsh Parliament celebrated its 21st birthday in 2020, and in the year of the pandemic, you could say it finally came of age. Its Labour-controlled government deviated from the other nations in its response to COVID, utilising its devolved powers like never before to implement different restrictions and timetables. But in its 5 previous elections, turnout has only ever peaked at 46% and been as low as 38%. So given the boost to its profile and the fact 16 and 17-year-olds are eligible to vote for the first time, are people more concerned about who's in power?
Really important that everybody should vote.
Very important.
Generally, people are more determined, seem to be more involved in politics at the moment, more than ever.
And when it comes to the issues most important,
The NHS, people have lost a lot of jobs, a lot of places have closed down.
So maybe Welsh independence. NHS, the jobs, like loads of people do need jobs coming out of it.
Honest and transparency is to know what's going on.
Plaid Cymru have seen a rise in support for their platform of Welsh independence, but polls suggest it's a battle for control between Labour and the Conservatives, neither of whom back even holding a referendum. For stage manager Thomas, who lost all his work when theatres had to be closed, the pandemic has shown that greater autonomy for Wales has been a good thing.
Definitely what the last year has proven is that Wales can definitely govern itself. There was a big moment last year where Drakeford turned around and was like, no, we're not going to follow England's reopening plan, we're going to make our own. And, you know, I think that was a good start, a good start to opening people's eyes as to what Wales could actually potentially be in the future. You know, that will sway a lot of people's votes.
Good afternoon, lovely to travel.
But for Karen, whose travel business has been battered by the pandemic, she thinks the differentiation between the nations has caused problems.
I think we should be as one. I just think we're more powerful as one country. I think once you start splitting regions up, we're proud to be Welsh, we want to be Welsh, but I do feel that one government is perfectly okay for a country.
Whilst people here might disagree on the performance of the current Welsh Government as an institution, they agree it's played a bigger role in their lives than ever before. If that translates to a higher voter turnout next week, then politics in Wales might be entering a new era. Vincent McAviney, 5 News.